So I'm going to walk you through a short presentation about our story, how we started, where we are now, why we do what we do, and then share with you a couple of things that you need to understand. And so this image here, as you see, is my image. This is about over 8 years ago when we started producing content online. And so this image was taken from one of the videos that we first recorded. And you can see there, look at this guy. That was Nhyira Premium. But that is how we started producing content online, because we identify the fact that it is important there are content online available to people, and it is important we have a structured way of presenting our content in a manner that people can get access to our content. And so although this was how we started, and this is what we started with, you can see writing on the board. Heck, look at the size of the board. Can you even see the board is cracked and couldn't even be changed? But that was how we started. But the most important thing is we had a vision as to what we wanted to do and where we were going. And so 3 core things that really we started and say, hey, why do we want to really go into this? Because we want to provide quality education with pragmatic teaching methodologies. Yes, there were a couple of teaching centers available, couple of materials available, but they were not structured in the manner that we would want it to be based on what we want out of how we are studying. And so we said, okay, how do we provide quality education materials with pragmatic teaching strategies? That was the why. And so the big question then is, how do we execute that? Because if we are going to provide quality education materials using pragmatic teaching strategies, then how do we do it? And that is to leverage technology with dedicated team. So right from day one, we realized that we cannot compete on the large scale. We didn't have the funding, the resources available to have a space where people would troop in and come and have lectures. But we knew right from the beginning, over 8 years ago, that, hey, we could provide online education leveraging technology. And so the question then is, where were we going? What did we want to achieve? Simple. We want to create an avenue for transforming the lives of people irrespective of their story. And so right from day one and as of today and into the next decade, it is about how we can transform people's life irrespective of what their stories are. So there are people who have come. They are like, Nhyira, I have been writing this exam over and over again. I've been having these challenges. I've not been able to chatter because of this one particular subject. They come, we take their stories, and then we provide them with the mentorship they need. We provide them with the environment, and so they become successful. So irrespective of the story of the people that come around us over the last decade, we make sure that we transform your life. So it is not just about, yes, you are here to study primarily, but then it is a transformational environment that we create to ensure that by the time you pass through the system, you are transformed and you are taking your life to the next level. And so that is where we saw ourselves as the vision, creating an avenue for transforming the lives of people irrespective of their story. And so always what we ask is, what is your story? It doesn't matter what your story is. If you want to really become successful, you want to pass your examination, you want to take your life to the next level, then we can partner with you. We can hold your hand, provide you with the mentorship that you need so you can become successful. But then it then takes us to the key thing, to provide online education. And so right from the beginning, we knew that, yes, it is online education that we want to provide. Why is this important, you may ask? It's flexible. So that means that we can provide classes from anywhere we are at as far as we have access to internet. It's flexible because people don't have to travel or drive from a long distance to come anywhere. Number 2, it's affordable because it takes out all of the challenges, all of the difficulties having to commute a long time, spending money on TNT, and even the infrastructure facilities needed to accommodate people, so it was affordable. Number three, as a business, online education was easy for us because it was scalable. What does that mean? If we need more students to come in, that is not necessarily going to be increasing our costs. We don't have to go buy any new desks. We don't have to increase the budget on our facilities that we have or anything. It is easily scalable because everything can be done online. So as a business, it was a sweet spot for us based on where we are coming from and where we were going. And then the fourth thing was that it was vision oriented. Why? Because we wanted to see that there is a time coming where people will not be comfortable sitting in class, learning. People cannot travel long distance. Somebody is in Kumasi and want to study with us. Okay. Does it mean the person has to travel from Kumasi to Accra every day or Takrady to Accra every day to attend lectures? No. We want people to be in their home, be in their offices, wherever they are at, with or without internet, to study. So that was our vision. But here is the deal. When we started, there was a moment where, or there were some few years where we got into what I refer to as the wilderness. Why? Because although we wanted to provide online education, it was impossible. People were not listening. People were not looking at it. And so, yes, we were there having the capacity. We have the videos. We have the platform. We have developed everything. But here we are. We were in the wilderness. So for some number of years, we wanted to walk away because it doesn't make sense. You are spending money, hosting videos, websites, and nobody is interested. People are not aware. Because everybody wanted in-person class, in-person class, in-person class. But here is the thing. We had a vision because we knew that whether you like it or not, there is a time coming where people will not even want to travel for class. They would want to be in their house and study. So although we were in the wilderness for a number of years, and it was challenging, it was difficult, the vision kept us going, and our mindset of the fact that there is going to be a break one day. Yes, it is important to have a vision, but it's important you are consistent and also have faith that that thing is going to come to pass if that vision was given to you by God and you are willing to tarry. Because this goes out to everybody. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to achieve is possible. But there is a desert, there is a wilderness moment that you are going to be experiencing. It could take years. It could take maybe decades before what you carry will come to pass. For us, it was about 3 to 4 years in the wilderness. We wanted to provide online education, quality online education. The contents are available. The contents are hosted, but nobody was interested. That was our wilderness. But we had a vision. We had a mindset that something is going to happen, and we had faith. Now, the time of it happening, where the shift would take us to the next level, we didn't know, but we had faith.